What's going on, guys? It's now time for the real off-season episode at the end of the first year in this Minnesota Vikings franchise. So we'll take a look at the retirements, free agency, the NFL draft, and get ready for the 2012 season. Alright, guys, so the first step in the off-season is check out the retirements. Alright, so we'll go through retirements now, and the only one retiring from our Vikings is Chris Chambers, who we only signed to fill a roster spot anyway, so it's not a big deal. We'll check out the rest of the league. We got Tony Richardson and Brian Dawkins, Terrell Owens, Darren Sharper, there's Vonnie Holliday. There's all sorts of big names in here. Derek Mason, Donald Driver, and Chad Clifton. Rock Cartwright's done after 10 years. Come on, I like Rock Cartwright. Hines Ward is done. James Ferrier. London Fletcher, one of my favorite linebackers, is done. Ray Lewis and Ricky Williams. Al Harris. Kevin Falk. Now we'll advance to the re-signings. We have a lot of guys with expired contracts. Check this out. Alright, so we have 26 expired contracts at the end of this year. That's almost half of the roster. So we have to make some decisions now. We'll go through, we're going to re-sign. We are definitely going to re-sign Visanthe Shenko. I want to keep Brian Robeson. Tyrell Johnson had a good season, so we will sign him as well. Oh. We'll keep Jim Kleinsasser for another season. I'm expecting him to retire soon. We're going to re-sign Devin Aromashodu for one more season. We're going to keep Taylor Mays on defense. We're going to re-sign Mark Herzlich. I want to keep Marcus Sherrills because we need some speed on defense. I'm going to lock up Lorenzo Booker for 4 years because he's one of my favorite third down backs. We'll keep Xavier Adibi for another season. We'll keep Noel Devine for another season so that we have another weapon on offense. We'll re-sign Jamarcus Sanford. We'll re-sign Asher Allen so we're not too thin at cornerback. Alright, so here's all the players that I'm not going to re-sign. E.J. Henderson was the biggest name because I think he gets injured too much and he's too slow. The rest of these guys I feel are expendable, and I feel like we can replace them in free agency and in the draft. Alright, so check out some of the players that I've been scouting. Here we got Kenyon Barner, a running back from Oregon, and no, LaMichael James did not go out in this draft. I just wanted to scout a few running backs and see what would happen. Maybe I'll move one to wide receiver, but I don't expect to do that. Here you can see some of his stats, 91 speed. We'll check out receivers. I've been doing a lot of work with the receivers. So we got Alshon Jeffrey. He's going to be a 91 speed. Broyles is pretty slow. Michael Floyd. Man, any of these guys got wheels? It doesn't look like it. Wow. Jeffrey's only got 91 speed. Alright, so now we got to do free agent bidding. This is crazy. I've never done this. So it's just like eBay. This is weird. Okay. I want to look at receivers. Bid time left. Santana Moss, Ocho Cinco. Who else is on here? Ooh, Plaxico Burris. I'll just throw something out there. Oh my god, this is crazy right here. Just looking through some names. Dane Sazenbacher. Okay, so I should probably check out defense. I need to get a cornerback really bad. Let's see if there's any big names out. Ooh, Charles Tillman. I don't want to pay that kind of money. Tim Jennings, that's a huge contract. Oh my god. Is there anyone with a smaller contract? Lee Bodden, but you're old. Oh, I'll look at Alfonso Smith. Safeties, anybody? Man, we gotta get a middle linebacker too. Not E.J. Henderson. Looks like he's about to go to Cincinnati. Ooh, Kirk Morrison. Yeah, I'll throw a bid out there. Giants, get out of here, son. This is ridiculous right here. This is actually really fun though. Defensive tackles. Ooh, Fred Robbins. Should we bring him back? It's not important. Ooh, I just get Albert Hainsworth to be a body. I don't want him. Let's go check out some offensive linemen. Richie Incognito. Well, I do still have Hutchinson, so I'm not sure when he's going to retire or when his contract expires, but we do need a center. Kreutz is probably going to retire soon. Brad Meester is about to go. Oh boy, This is crazy stuff right here. I don't even know who I want to bid on. Jeff Backus. Well, I do need someone. So Backus, he's kind of cheap. Probably only going to be there for a little while, though. Gonzalez has gone to the Cleveland Browns. Wow. Oh, boy. We'll go to receivers now. Ooh, I don't want Ocho Cinco. He's about to go to the Jets. Oh, we got Plaxico Burress. All right. We got our first player to come over. I don't know if I want any of these other receivers. Harry Douglas is pretty good, though. I'll put a bid on him. What do you got for quarterbacks going? McNabb's in there. Hasselbeck goes to Oakland. Garrard goes to Cincinnati. We kind of need a third, but it's not all that important. We could probably get someone really cheap later. Let's go back to defensive backs. Is there anybody that I'm interested in? Does not look like it. Go to cornerback. Charles Tillman, I kind of want him, but not paying that money for him. Is there anyone? Did we get? Yeah, we got Alfonso Smith to come over. Ooh, Nate Clemens. He's a 75 overall, though. He's gotten lower, I think. Oh, boy. Pac-Man Jones. Nope, I had him in the last season. The last Vikings franchise series I did. Ernie Sims. E.J. Henderson is going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jonathan Goff. Dahani Jones. He's got a show on the Travel Channel, I think. Man, I'm not interested in like any of these free agents. Where are all the big names at? They'll get re-signed. I didn't even look at running backs. We got Tolbert and Portis and Pierre Thomas. Look at all these guys that don't have any bids on them. This is ridiculous. Leon Washington. Oh, if I didn't already have a good set of running backs I'm happy with, I would definitely go out and get them. Man, there's a lot of big names out here, or pretty good players. But LaDainian Tomlinson is going to Seattle, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis to the Dolphins, and Cedric Benson to the Redskins. Alright guys, so that's going to finish the free agent bidding. The first time I've ever done this, and I finished with getting Plaxico Burress, Alfonso Smith, and Harry Douglas. There wasn't really a lot of big name players that I wanted out there. We'll check out some of the guys that got taken. Tony Gonzalez going to the Browns, Aaron Smith going to the Seahawks, E.J. Henderson to the Buccaneers. Jeremiah Bill goes to the Buccaneers as well. They're working on that defense. Brandon Lloyd goes to the Bills. So you can see some more of the moves here. This league is going to look a lot different next year. So we'll go to the next step now in this offseason, which will be free agency. Alright, so I've officially signed Plaxico Burress, Alfonso Smith, and Harry Douglas. We still got $25 million in cap room, so we'll see what else we do in this offseason. Alright, so I get to unlock all the ratings for 5 players. I gotta choose wisely. So one of the players I want to get all the ratings of is left tackle Nate Potter, because I'm looking for a guy that can protect Christian Ponder for the long run. Really looking at Monty Teo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's got 85 speed. I like speed in my linebacking core, and I need a replacement for E.J. Henderson. I'm going to unlock all the ratings for Jamel Fleming from Oklahoma, because he's a very fast cornerback, and I want to see if he can lead this defense. And he's got a very high questionable overall. Not that it usually means anything, because I saw in undrafted free agency last year how awful it was at times. And we'll get all the stuff unlocked for David Garrett and Alshon Jeffrey. Alright, so you can see that Alshon Jeffrey is an 82 overall, 91 speed. Let's check out his catching, which is 87, so I'm happy with that. And Alshon Jeffrey looks like he'd be a really good pick. Left tackle, Nate Potter will be an 81 overall. We'll check out his blocking, and he's a very good pass blocker, so that's a good sign on the left tackle spot. So Monty Teo's got 59 man coverage, 56 zone coverage, not that great, 85 tackling and 84 hit power. What's his overall going to be? A 78 overall with B potential. So I don't know if I want to go with him in the second round right now. And now we'll check out the other corners I wanted, and we looked at David Garrett and Jamel Fleming. 96 speed for Fleming, that's what intrigues me, but we'll check out the coverage statistics, man and zone. And Fleming is better in both categories, so right now that would be what I would be looking at. We'll check out tackles to see if anybody has a tackle as bad as Asante Samuel at 29. Nope, they look pretty decent, so I'm going to take Fleming over this other guy if I have the opportunity, but we'll see what happens in the draft. Now it's time for the NFL draft. Now, I know when this game came out there was issues with teams taking like high overall punters in the first round, but I think that's been addressed in a patch, and I'm not sure if a team has like an 80 overall quarterback, if they're going to take Andrew Luck in the first round. I have no idea how it's going to work, but let's see how this goes. Okay, so here we are. It is the first pick of the first round. The Kansas City Chiefs are on the clock. So we're going to sim their pick. And who do they draft? Will it tell me? Will it tell me? Alright, so I simmed the first pick, and the Chiefs went with Addison Lawrence, a right tackle out of Mississippi State. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, so we're going through here. You can check out who's been drafted so far. Addison Lawrence, Brandon Weeded. No Andrew Luck yet. Alshon Jeffrey went, so I can't take him. So now it's the Jaguars pick. We're just going to simulate that. And the Jaguars have selected Andrew Luck. So Blaine Gabbert, step aside. Andrew Luck from Stanford is taken over in Jacksonville. So we're going to simulate to my first pick. 12th overall. Let's see who's available. Taken. Really, the only guy that's been taken that I was looking at was Alshon Jeffrey, but I don't think I would have taken him anyways. So we'll go through now, and we have to see who's all available. Got Nate Potter available. We saw what his overall would be. I don't want to look at halfbacks. I want to look at tackles. Okay, so Nate Potter is going to be an 81 overall with A potential. I got to do it. You need a left tackle on your team to protect your quarterback. We're going with Nate Potter. We'll simulate to my next pick now in the second round. And now we're going to look at cornerbacks, and the guy that I wanted in this spot is also available. So I'm going to take Jamel Fleming, a fast cornerback out of Oklahoma. Had good coverage ratings on the after his pro day or whatever. I scouted him. Go to my third round pick. Alright, so now we're in the third round, and I'm looking at Jared Crick from Nebraska. He just had a season-ending injury in real life, but I'm going to take him here because I'm not really satisfied with Remy Adele. And I'll fast forward to my fourth round pick. And we need a right guard now, so we're going to take James Brooks out of Virginia Tech. I would like to get a middle linebacker. I'm not sure how good the rest of these guys are, but we'll take Garrick Williams out of Texas A&M. We still need a center, so we're going to take David Molk out of Michigan, and I believe that's Nafahu Tahi's picture that he has there. And we do have a lot of receivers already, but I want to get some competition in the preseason, so we're going to draft Darrell Roberts, hope that's how you say it, out of Virginia Tech. And now looking through the rest of these players for the 7th round, I'm not really intrigued by any of them, so what I'm going to do actually might be surprising, but I'm just going to draft Kenyon Barner. I don't need another running back, but I think I'm better off drafting him than any of these other guys. So I believe that's going to be the end of the draft. I don't know if I have any more picks. I don't think so. And the draft is over. So we'll go through now. I drafted Nate Potter in the first round, Jamel Fleming, Jared Crick, James Brooks, Garrick Williams, David Molk, Darrell Roberts, and Kenyon Barner. I like this draft. I got the two guys I wanted in the first 2 rounds right here, so I'm happy with that. Really happy with that. Alright, so we'll go through. I reorder the depth chart now. Ponder's gone up to an 80 overall at quarterback. Running backs not changed much besides Kenyon Barner's now in there, pretty much in the same situation as Caleb King was last year. And now the receiver is the interesting part. I didn't realize Burris was only an 80 speed. I'm not sure if he just digressed so much after the last season. He's only a 76 overall. So I don't know. I might end up cutting one of these guys soon. We'll see what happens in the preseason and whatever Darrell Roberts pans out to be. We'll go through tight end now. And Rudolph has gone up to an 81 overall, so I got two solid tight ends here. I still like Visanthe Shenko. Nate Potter will start at left tackle. He's already an 81 overall. At left guard, Steve Hutchinson has gone down all the way to an 84 overall, so now he's just like an above average left guard. Still a captain on our line, though, with 11 years of experience. David Molk is going to be going for the starting spot with Brandon Fusco. So center is still a really weak position for us. On right guard, Charlie Johnson is starting there right now. We got James Brooks, the rookie, backing him up. At right tackle, Chris DeGear has taken over the starting spot because Phil Loadhall has dropped so much. And Robeson is still going to be starting at the left end spot with DeAndre Reed backing him up. Of course, Jared Allen, he's going to be starting right end at defensive tackle. We got Kevin Williams, still got A. Adele, and we'll see what Jared Crick can do in the preseason. Want to get him a lot of playing time. Mark Herzlich is going to get the opportunity to start at left outside linebacker, but there is something I really want to try to do. And so Xavier Adibi and Garrick Williams are looking at the middle linebacker spot. So I don't really have a very good linebacking core at all. I got rid of E.J. Henderson because I don't like the way he fits in this defense. And Chad Greenway's still there. He's a good linebacker. We'll check out the cornerbacks. We go Winfield and Fleming on the outside. We'll put Cedric Griffin in the slot. Chris Cook, the dime back, and Marcus Sherrills as number 5. Got some other guys here. I actually might want to put Alfonso Smith here for Cook. I forgot all about picking him up. We'll go look at safety. Hussein Abdullah will be starting at free with Tyrell Johnson over at strong. And now what I want to try to do, I want to see what happens if you put Taylor Mays at linebacker. I want to put him at outside linebacker. He's 6'3", 230. He is really fast. And I just wanted to see what would happen because we're weak at linebacker. We have depth at safety. So I'm going to move Taylor Mays to linebacker and see how he plays in the preseason. Alright, so I moved Taylor Mays to left outside linebacker, 69 overall with B potential. I just want to see what he can do with that speed. I know he's big and strong. It's just an experiment. Alright, so guys, that is about going to conclude this first off-season episode in this series. The computer has assigned some guys that are undrafted free agents that aren't real players to come battle for roster spots. So after this, we will continue into the preseason of year 2. We play against the Oakland Raiders first. Still working on tweaking the sliders a little bit, and we're going to see how our rookies are going to be faring out. So we got Nate Potter and Jamel Fleming. So I'm excited for this upcoming year. Still got some holes on this team, especially at linebacker. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys next time in year 2 of the Minnesota Vikings franchise.